Hello, Hubert here, and really special guest today here with me, Winston from Parkway Drive. Hello, man. How are you? All good?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. The first half of the European tour is done. So how was that? Tell me about that.
Pretty insane. Pretty insane, man. Like it's nuts that it's finished, like that first part of it's finished because it was very intense. It was
Okay.
real, like it exceeded expectations in a very vast way. But I mean, it's just a very intense show to put on.
Mhm.
So I'm stoked
Yeah.
we survived. I'm stoked that my voice survived.
Yeah, I saw the videos all over the internet, and that looked insane. So waiting for that to see that in Poland. And that
Yeah.
was my next question. Why exactly did you decide to do almost a monthly break during the tour? So it was really that because it was so insane, or maybe so some logistical stuff.
No, it's actually us being away. Like we're quite picky with the amount of time we want to spend on tour these
Hmm.
days. And we had the option of doing it all together, and it would be around 6 weeks or 6.5 weeks. And we've all made the choice after 20 years. We're like, 4 weeks is great. 5 weeks is almost too much. Anything over that, we're like, no, we can't do. But we
Hmm.
still wanted to be able to play all of these places. So we're like, all right, we'll have a break and then we'll come back and we'll do the other shows. So it was just literally like the shows could have been split in any order they were. We were just going to have a break at some point in time. But even then, like we planned that break and then like a Japan show popped up and we ended up going to Japan on
Yeah.
tour anyway. In the break. So there's been like pretty much no break for us. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. When I look at the Setlist FM site, I see that your first gig in Poland took place in Łódź, which is exactly the place that you're coming to 20
Yes.
years
Yes.
after.
Yeah.
But then it was in a small club, and now it's
Yeah.
in the biggest arena. So, is that even true that you played there in 2006? And do you even remember that?
2006. What one? Who else was on that tour? Comeback. I think it was Comeback Kid.
I
I
don't
think it
know.
might have.
I just looked at the,
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. And I remember like it's interesting. It's one of the more vivid memories that I actually have because I remember it being like low roof, really, really packed in,
Mhm.
really small club and super high energy. Like like one of the highlights of the tour because of how smashed in it was and how intense the show was. So yeah, I 100% remember it. It's weird. It's set up a history of us, like the times we've played Poland has always been like, all right, this is going to be one of those all borderline out of control shows.
Yeah.
Every time we've come back, so it's got a reputation with us now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that you're coming back to the same city. You know, you've played in Warsaw many times, but now it's in Łódź. The first time I saw you was in 2013 in Łódź. That was Ursynalia festival, and I was a kid back then. I was there with my parents, and uh,
Yes.
they were, taking the lunch at some place, and I came to your show and saw it. I was like 14 years old, and I was there because of him show
Yeah.
that they headlined this festival. So that was pretty insane, and that was the time I discovered Parkway Drive,
Oh,
and I'm listening to you since then. So maybe do you remember this one too?
I don't. I don't think I do. I'm worse with festivals than I am with shows
Mm-hmm.
because festivals like they have a habit of like because there's that many people, it
Yeah.
just like it blends in. That's the thing. The only I remember the only Poland festival that fully blends that pops out in my mind was Orange Festival in Warsaw
Okay.
because we played with Motorhead and it was insanely muddy. That's it. But yeah, no, I'm sure there is something about it that like if I walked the day through back in my head, I'd go, oh, that's it. But I don't have a trigger for it at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really sorry.
Okay, and
But I'm
how?
really stoked that like that was your entry to Parkway and you stayed with us.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah, and how about the Poland Rock Festival in 2019? Maybe
yeah.
because you some artists are considering this festival as a special one. You know,
Yeah.
it's a no ticket festival, so everyone can come
Yeah.
and see the biggest artists. So how about that?
I 100% remember that one. There's a bunch of crazy reasons for it. No barrier is insane
Yeah,
to
yeah.
start with. The entry, like the first, like when everyone comes in and then they have the welcoming ceremony, that was absolutely insane. And so we were filming at that point in time for like the Viva the Underdogs documentary.
Yeah.
And our director, because this was 2 days before we played Wacken, our director tried to film with a drone, even though
Mhm.
there was no drone allowed. Um, and the police caught him in the woods and put him in prison.
Oh,
So right before we played, someone come back and they're like, Alan's in prison. He got caught with his phone. So we had to walk on stage. We're like, well, I guess it's not getting filmed. And yeah, and my memory is of like us just going, cool, our director is like in prison for the rest of this
all
show.
right. So,
Good thing about like the show was awesome. I can remember playing and looking down and going, "There's no barrier," and the front of the stage is wood, and there's someone right below me just going, "Yeah!"
yeah.
And I was like, "Holy, this is wild!" And yeah, get off stage and like our director's still in prison till like 4 a.m. and then they let him go.
Crazy memories, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, on November 10th, Parkway Drive is going to play the first arena show in Poland. So
Mm.
what fans can expect this time?
Oh man, a pretty wild gig. I mean, if you're bringing the Polish energy and we're bringing the show that we've got, it's going to be something special. So
Yeah.
we're really excited to bring back. I mean, it's far and above anything that we've shown Poland previously, and it's also a show that's very. I love the fact that this show is very representative of if you were at the first show we ever played in Łódź in that tiny club, and
Hmm.
you were at a festival where we've got everything crazy. This is that show and this show and a whole bunch more combined into one band. It's not just like, oh, we're this crazy arena band now that is like untouchable rock gods kind of thing. We're
Yeah.
still that band like that is approachable, that loves to mosh and that will high five you when we walk past.
Yeah.
Like
The
it's
core
still
is the
pure.
same still.
The core is the same. That's
Yeah.
it. The roots are in this. That's the thing, and that's what we've wanted to create with this show. Like the core and the roots, they're exactly the same.
Hmm.
But by the end of the show, your mind will go, "What the hell is happening?"
I think
So
the arena is going to blow, when you combine the Polish
yeah,
energy and your energy.
that's it. That's what I hope for. So we see how we go. We bring what we can.
All right. Yeah, Parkway Drive is obviously delivering a huge visual production since a couple of years. So, do you guys have any inspirations? I mean, the other bands shows that you saw, and you thought, okay, we need to do this on our
We
show.
need this,
Yeah.
and this. Um, no, it's interesting because like I always watch other bands' shows. I always watch shows in general, and that's going for all kinds of music, and theater and film and all of those kind of things. The thing that for me is like there's a lot of bands doing really wonderful stuff. There's a lot of bands doing things which are the same.
Mhm.
There's a lot of DJs doing awesome stuff. There's a lot of DJs doing boring stuff. But for me, it's always been about trying to take what the music is representing and take the spirit of the band and try to take the strength of it and the character of it and marry the sound to a visual image, which is going to make the whole thing feel bigger.
Mhm.
I want there to be like, if it's heavy, I want the visuals to be heavy at the same
Yeah.
time. If it's personal, I want it to feel personal. If it's like something which is supposed to transport you somewhere else, I want it to be something really crazy and far out. And over the years, like we've developed skills in, I guess, an understanding of how to use the space and the lights and the
Hmm.
effect in ways to push that feeling in those certain directions. And it's less been about like looking at what other people are doing and saying, oh, that's good or bad or anything like that, and more just going, okay, what do you have at your disposal? I guess like over the years, we've just acquired more knowledge and more tricks
Hmm.
and more understanding and more loot to just go, okay, I know how we're going to use this. And this show has just kind of been the one where we're like, we have a lot to work with here. Plus, there's some extra stuff which we've always wanted to do. How are we going to piece it together and what's it going to look like? And this is the result.
Yeah, so you're basically putting the your 20-year experience into one show.
That's it. That's literally it. And it's 20 years of experience of like stagecraft and world building and 20 years of songs
Yeah.
because it's a thing where the way we've learnt to craft a set over time as well is like we know that like yeah people can be like I want fast and heavy but I'm like after an hour and a half of fast and heavy you can't mosh anymore because you're too
Yeah.
tired so we need to give you a time to take your breath, or we need to give you something which changes the perspective a bit. So when the fast and heavy comes back, it feels faster and heavier.
Yeah.
And it's taken us 20 years to be able to make all of these different songs which work together to create a set where you're like, when it's heavy, it's fucking heavy.
Hmm.
When you want to sing along and it's anthemic, it's as big as it can be. When it's personal, it's really personal. Like when it's beautiful.
Hmm.
And when we want you to be quiet and just enjoy something, you can. You don't have to be in the pit. So it's taken 20 years to write all of those songs across all of these albums to be able to put them all together into one show.
Hmm. And do you guys have a plan to release the to record maybe the shows and to release the something like Viva the Underdogs in 2019 or?
We haven't actually thought about that to be honest. I think we've shot pieces of it, but I don't know how we were planning on releasing it. And I think the thing for us as well is we wanted to create this show. I love the idea of people wanting to go and experience it. The thing with it is currently, even though people have documented a lot of it and there's clips on YouTube and there's
Yeah.
clips on Instagram, TikTok, you still don't understand it until you experience it.
Hmm.
I love the idea of it existing in a way where you can't get it through a screen. Like, even though you can get a piece of it through the screen, it's very different in person.
Yeah.
And I think there's something about like not documenting it and having to go to the show to have that unique experience. Because one of the things when we did this show was like, what's the backdrop going to be? Is it going to be a giant LED wall? And we're like, it's just another screen. Like everything is screens these
Yeah.
days. Like we have two on the side because people at the back are going to have a harder time seeing and being close. But that's literally just so you can have the personal connection. We tried to get away from screens as much as we could in creating it. So the idea of like bringing people to the show is kind of important.
Hmm. And have you maybe thought about the idea like, Ghost did on their latest tour, no phone show or?
Yeah, I get that, but it doesn't seem to be that much of an issue for us as well. I
Hmm.
think the thing for us is the show goes pretty hard. There's a lot of pit action.
Hmm.
Like, and I think a lot of the time when people are just getting like Ghost are a rock band, a good rock band. But I've watched Ghost plenty of times and I have the chance to go, where's my wallet? Where's my phone? Like I can detach for a second because the music's not
Yeah.
intense.
Hmm.
Our music's very intense. And a lot of the time you're just like take a chance to pull the phone out. Like I like the if people want to pull the phone out and take a photo, that's cool. But I don't. It's not like other than that one moment in Crushed when people are like, "Oh shit," I don't look out and see a screen of phones, and
Yeah.
that's cool.
And that's good for you. I think that people are recording it because it's a lot of stuff of your shows in social media, and it's
Yeah,
obviously a promotion of your shows.
100%. Like we're in a different position as well. Like that's the thing. Like Ghost are a massive band, a
Yeah.
massive band, and like Tool did it as well. Tool were like
Hmm.
no filming. Like we're not quite there yet, and we don't have as much chance to catch someone's ear because it's a lot heavier. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing. So kind of we're also aware of the fact of like, hey, if you want to advertise that this awesome thing is happening to other people, cool, I'm not going to stop you from doing that because at the end of the day, what I want is for everyone to experience what we do because that's really fun. Like I want everyone in the world to come to a Parkway show because
Hmm.
I love playing it and I know that every time I play, I see a bunch of smiling faces and everyone leaves going, that was worth my time.
Yeah.
So however we got to spread that message, go for it. I mean, it would be different if we're like I'm just playing to a sea of phones, but I know I'm not, so that's cool.
Yeah. And how you, as a vocalist, are taking care of your voice during the tour, and maybe do you have some special routine, something like that?
Yeah, I warm up, I warm down, and I shut the f up. Sorry for the language, but I mean, this is the first tour actually where it's like it's challenging to look after your voice. Normally,
Hmm.
I'm just like, yeah, no voice, bang, 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 set, no problem. But like, the set's like over 2 hours long. That's a lot of like intense vocal workout. So yeah, it's a lot. I'm very, very careful. And then on the days in between the shows, I'm just out. I just rest
So no
because
interviews right before the shows.
that was it. That was it. We got in like the first week of this tour, and I had a whole bunch of press, and I was just like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Like yeah, it's literally like stage and nothing.
Yeah.
So that's cool. It's working and that's sweet. And next time we just have to understand. And that also comes into how you book a tour as well. We started this tour leg one with like rehearsal day, underplay show, rehearsal day, 3 shows in a row. And I was like, that's 6 gigs
Yeah.
in a row. That was really dumb.
All
So
right.
yeah, we're not used to doing something like this. Like it really is an extra. Like it's more than what we ever planned for in doing a show in our lives. But here we are. So we're just kind of I'm also learning a little bit as we go.
Okay. Parkway Drive released the song Sacred in May this year, and to be honest, I expected the next singles in the next couple of months, and then maybe
Yeah.
the new album, but there's no new music since May. So,
Sorry.
could you please tell me more about your plans?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, like we planned that exact thing, and then the Opera House in Australia, we had a chance to do an opera house show with the
Hmm.
orchestra, which basically took up all of our time. So we are like we are working on new music. There is new music coming, put it that way. It's not like we have recorded an album, but focusing on making new music is literally all of the next year for us. We've said, okay, like we're not going to be touring much next year at all.
Hmm.
It's all going to be about create new music. In the meantime, there's going to be a live album from the Sydney Opera House and a movie coming out of that as well. So people can hear some interesting stuff that we've created with that. But brand new songs is definitely like the next on the Parkway list.
All right. How do you listening? How are you listening to music these days? Maybe it's just streaming, or you collect some vinyl stuff like that. How does it
Just
work?
streaming. It's just streaming, to be honest, which is really sad, but it's also, I mean, that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like, I collected vinyl until I moved house, and then I
Hmm.
had a whole bunch of stuff, and I just kind of stripped it all away again. So it's interesting. I have a good sound system in my car, so anything that is really good, I love just driving and listening to it. That's kind of my thing.
Okay.
Vinyl doesn't help so much when you drive,
Yeah.
and I don't have a player, I don't have a CD player anymore. But streaming works. I just wish the streaming like platforms were just better with how they operated.
All right. Thank you so much, man, for this amazing interview. And,
Likewise.
all the best with the tour, with the next singles album, stuff like that. Thank you so much. And see you in Łódź.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Bye bye.
Bye. See ya.